Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will learn different types of user managed or automated database systems. So we have three types of user managed database systems. That is like one is virtual machine database system, and again bare metal database system, and again XRCS database system. So let's discuss one by one in detail. uh, let's begin with virtual machine database system. So there are two types of virtual database machine systems, which are like one node virtual machine DB system and two node virtual machine DB system. One node virtual machine is nothing but we have only one node, one host, like a single node rack or single node server virtual machine. When you need some rack high availability features, we use two node virtual machine DB system. So two node virtual machine supports two virtual machines or two nodes or two servers, two hosts, we can call it as. So yeah, these are the types of virtual machine systems. So when you launch a virtual machine database system, you select the Oracle database edition and version that applies to the database on the database system. So the selected edition cannot be changed depending on your selected Oracle database edition and version. Your database system can support multiple pluggable database. So the benefit, the virtual again, the virtual when you create a virtual machine DB system, you will be getting a server. Depends upon the type of the virtual machines you select, like one node or two node, you get a servers, and as well as you get a database home on that server. So when you try to create a database virtual machine database system, you will input two things. One is the database version, like whether you want to create a 19c or 20c or something like that, which version you want, and edition, which level of like edition we have, right? Standard edition, enterprise edition, these things you have to give it, and you can do it. But when virtual machine supports only one database software, or like one version, like if you want to create it 19c, it supports only 19c. Like you cannot install another Oracle home on that virtual machine. And again, it supports only one database. We can create only one database under that container. Once you install a virtual machine DB system, you cannot create a second database on that virtual machine. You can have only one, maximum of one database on that virtual machine home, and one Oracle home on that virtual machine. So these are the limitations of this virtual machine DB system. The advantages is, you can have one Oracle home on that virtual machine and one database on the virtual machine, but you can create multiple pluggable databases on that CD container database of on that virtual machine. You can create multiple pluggable databases. So let's see like limitations and features of this virtual machine. So if you see, like, right, these are the different types of apes available for virtual machine DB systems. So like it depends upon the CPU cores and CPU count and memory. So these are the different types of edition shapes. Actually, virtual machine standard 2.1, 2.2, 2.4, 2.8, 2.16, 2.24, and all are shapes. 1.1, 1.2, these are shapes. So when you this matrix shows, like if you select 2.1, right, your DB system will be allocated with one CPU count and 15 GB memory. So if you go with 2.2, it will allocate two CPUs and 30 GB memory. So if you go with 2.4, right, it will give you four CPUs and 60 GB of memory. So these are like into two kind of thing. But whenever you go like the one version high, right, it will be doubled from here. So here, if you go with 2.8, right, it will be 8 CPU and 120 GB of memory. And if you again go with 2.16, right, it will be like 16 CPUs and 240 GB of memory. When you go with 24, right, 2.24, it will be 24 CPUs and 320 GB. In the same way, like this is also same, like depends upon the shape, you will be allocated with some CPUs on that machine, and some memory will be assigned. So this is like each version, each shape, we will be having certain amount of memory and some CPUs. So when in virtual machine, you can scale the storage, like you can increase the storage, or you can add extra storage, or you can reduce the storage. You can the scale storage scaling is possible in virtual machine DB system. And you can it can even support two node rack setup. So you can also use high availability rack in this, but is only limited to two nodes. So you can only have two node rack setup in this virtual machine DB system. And backups, you have you will be having automated database backups every day. And also you can even take on demand manual backups also from the console or from database system. So if you want to use disaster recovery, you can configure the uh, data guard for this virtual machine DB system. Patching is user controlled. So whenever you want to patch, you patch this database, right? On the autonomous database, like sorry, virtual machine database system homepage. When you go to the DB page on that console, you will be having an option called patches. So under that patches tab, you will be, it will display all the patches which are applicable to this database version which you have created. So you can select any of the patch. If you want to apply the patch, you can select that patch number and you can click on apply patch. Then it will apply the patches. So the database editions, the database versions supported in this virtual machine DB system are 11.2, 12.1, 12.2, 18.0, 19C, and 21C. When you come to the database editions, the supported database editions are standard edition, enterprise edition high performance, enterprise edition extreme performance. So this is about virtual machine DB system. Then we'll see a bare metal DB systems. So what are bare metal DB systems? Bare metal DB system consists of a single bare metal server running on Oracle Linux 6.8 with locally attached storage. If the node fails, you can simply launch another system and restore the databases from current backups. So when you launch a bare metal DB system, you select a single Oracle database edition that applies to all the databases on the database system. The selected edition cannot be changed. Each DB system can have multiple database homes which can be different versions. So each database home can have only one database which is the same version as a database home. So in this bare metal system, you can have only one node maximum. You cannot have rack. This bare metal DB system doesn't support rack architecture. It is a single node server in which you use, it will be using locally attached locally attached NVMe storage. So if this node fails, you have to create another bare metal DB system with this, with the backup of this database DB system, this database backup. So when you launch a database system, you will be it will ask you to select a database edition, like whether it is standard edition or enterprise edition, or whatever it may be. So once you select the database edition, you cannot change it again. Further changes cannot be done. uh, and again, it's in each bare metal DB system, you can install multiple Oracle homes. You can create multiple Oracle homes, like whether 18C home, 19C home, 20C home, 11G home. You can create whatever the homes you want, but each and Oracle home supports only one Oracle database. In this bare metal DB system, you can install multiple Oracle homes, but each Oracle home can have only one database, hold one database only. So suppose if you have a 19C home, it can hold only one database. If you want to create a new database under the 19C home, you have to create a new 18C home, 19C home again, second home, and you have to create a database under that home. Yeah, this is how like a bare metal database system. So what are the different types of shapes available for bare metal DB system? So when you launch a DB system, you choose shape which determines the resources, like whatever the shape, right? Shape in the sense the number of CPUs and memory for this database system. So there are two types of shapes, like a BM dense IO 2.52 and 1.36. So this 2.52, right? It provides a one node DB system. You will be getting 52 CPUs and 768 GB of memory, and 6.4 TB of locally attached NVMe storage, actual drives actually here to the DB system. And 1.36, it's a limited availability. It provides a one node DB system with 36 CPUs and 512 GB of memory, and also you'll be getting 3.2 TB of locally attached storage. So this BM dense O1 0.36, right? It is available to only to the monthly universal credit customers. So existing on or before November 9, 2018. Only in the, and again the shape is available only in the US West Phoenix and US Ashburn and Germany Central. These selected regions only it is available. So the remaining four regions, right? It will be like only this one shape is available 2.52 for bare metal. So these are again different system storage considerations. If you are going to use this 2.52, you'll be getting a raw storage of 51.2 TB NVMe. The usable storage will be like it will be the redundancy type will be normal redundancy, two-way mirroring, and the data will be data disk group will be allocated with 16 TB, and the like a recovery data disk group will be having 4 TB, 4 terabytes. If you use this with create this bare metal DB system using high redundancy, then the available storage for a data disk group is 9 TB, and recovery disk group will be 2.3 TB. So, and again, when you go with 1.36 shape, right, the raw storage is 28.8 TB. So if you go with normal redundancy type, you will get 9.4 TB allocated to data disk group and 1.7 TB allocated to recovery disk group. So if you go with high redundancy, right, three-way mirroring, you will be getting 5.4 TB of space allocated to data disk group and 1 TB of space allocated to recovery disk group. So these are like these are the different types of shapes available for bare metal DB system. So let's go to Exadata Cloud Service. So we have three types, right? Total one is virtual machine DB system, bare metal DB system, and last one is Exadata Cloud Service. So Exadata Cloud Service allows you to leverage the power of Exadata in cloud. You can provision flexible X-item systems that allow you to add database compute servers and storage servers to your system as your needs grow. So this when you select this Exadata Cloud Service, it will the vendor will provide you an Exadata system provisioned on the cloud, public cloud. So it will they will provide you the Exadata system as a service. So it will you can provision X-item systems that will be allowing you to add database compute servers and storage servers to your system. So the supported Exadata cloud systems software releases are you can this Exadata cloud software service supports 11C release 2, 12C release 1, and 12C release 2, the 12 point release 2, then 18C and 19C. These are the supported versions in the Exadata cloud system, cloud service. So these all are the different types of user manager automated database systems. Thanks for watching this session. We will meet in our next lecture.